Off of our vegetarian menu, we have a few things. This is our crispy fried green tomato. It's going to be with an olive tapenade that's going to be pistachio and olives, but we just didn't get to it today. And then also a yogurt coulis and some radishes. And then we can also do the fried green tomatoes just without speck, and that's a great way to vegetarianize anything. Here we have our vegan camembert. Once again, this will be served with a fig jam, fig and goji berry jam that we just don't have right now, but we will have it tomorrow. And it's served with toast points and honeycomb as well. Next, we have also, thank you. This is also going to be on brown toast, but our brown bread isn't ready yet. So with a whipped feta, roasted cherry tomato, cucumber radish, and pepita crumble. This is going to sell like gangbusters. Gangbusters. And then here we have some crispy artichoke hearts that we're serving with white beans, roasted tomatoes, a smoked olive puree, as well as some pea powder. This guy we have is chickpeas and corn with seared cucumber and a coconut milk reduction, and it's also with plum butter, which we really like. I think these are going to be really lovely. It's just some wonderful lettuce wraps with watermelon, some radish, as well as some cucumber and a little yogurt coulis. You can very easily make these vegan.
There's a lot of depth going on with the cucumber coulis. I'm enjoying it a lot. This olive tapenade that's happening right now.
Radish salad. It's going to have grilled asparagus on it as well, and it's served with a Thai basil vinaigrette and crispy halloumi. So this is pretty much
really
the
good.
whole
Starters,
veggie.
Wow.
At least all we can do.
Yeah, this is great. I'm not going to say that. It's savory in a very pleasant way.
That one actually took me by surprise. I knew like the cucumber,
Seared cucumber?
the green tomatoes
Okay.
was going to be a little tart, but I took a big bite with the cucumber coulis, and it was really nice pairing because it was like double tartness, and I can't quite figure out this.
Yeah, I thought this was the tapenade.
Is that smoked olive as well?
That's the olive tapenade.
Does that match this smoked olive? Olive tapenade is not quite ready yet.
This is smoked olive. Yes.
Cool.
This is the chickpea with coconut milk and corn ragout. Plum butter adds a very nice sweetness to the overall texture. It's interesting because looking at it, the chickpeas and corn, you don't realize there's two things happening. The crunchiness of the corn pops with a great flavor combination and texture combination.
Oh, wow. The plum butter works really well with the chickpea and the corn.
Yeah.
This is like a flavor punch to your face. It looks very simple, but there's a lot of depth to this dish.
Yeah, a lot of flavors are popping out. So good.
And texturally, I was expecting the chickpea to be a little bit crunchier, but I like it like this, where it's still soft, still has a little bit of a bite.
But the corn gives the crunch, like that little pop. So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So great a palate starter. Actually, one of my favorite dishes on the menu. I'm sorry?
You're making your piece.
Oh, it just like for the technicality of it, like this is made using a cashew base, and you can't tell that it's not regular cheese.
It's funny. The only differentiate, the color is a little bit like you're like, oh, what's up with this? Like, it's a little darker than camembert would normally be. But the second you taste it, it almost has that same kind of offness of an aged cheese.
The bloomy rind.
Yeah. And it's the really, really creamy texture, which I'm in love with. For like the hardcore vegan, maybe just ask them if they want the honeycomb on the dish. But other than that, this is a fantastic dish to start off with.
Yeah, even without the honeycomb, it was great. But like something about that cheese, the honey, the sweetness.
I think the honeycomb definitely adds to this dish,
Oh, yeah.
though, for sure.
100.
This is a brown toast with the whipped feta, roasted cherry tomato, cucumber radish, and pepita crumble. And the feta is also with the butterfly pea flour, so it has a really nice color to it. Just like contrast-wise for this dish, very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
You have the pop colors from the tomatoes, and then you have it contrasting with the whipped feta.
Yeah, the first thing you notice obviously is the color, but there's like almost a curiosity as what's about to happen. expect. I know this is silly, but I just think like great Italian pizza when I first bite into this.
I was gonna say like these tomatoes, the way that they're prepared, they have a very deep flavor to them, almost like a cross between just like raw tomatoes and sun-dried tomatoes.
It's almost kind of like a marinade quality to it. I mean, like a, is that what I'm thinking? No. Yeah, I don't know. It's so good. What's going on with the color with the whipped feta?
It's butterfly pea flour.
It's the same thing that's used in that gin over there.
And then just like in terms of texture, the bread itself is perfectly toasted. It's a really nice vessel for like the soft tomatoes, but I love the crunchiness from the pepita crumble and the radish
Really
to
good.
top it off.
Yeah, this dish is fantastic. Great appetizer. Great thing to share amongst two people.
This is very Instagram worthy dish though, just in terms of the color.
Watermelon lettuce wraps
So watermelon radish here
and watermelon and cucumber.
and watermelon.
This is gonna take a
All right, yeah. I'm just gonna eat this like a lettuce wrap. Fresh, popping.
very refreshing. This
Not just sweet. Like I think watermelon, I immediately assume like just sweet. The crispy lettuce does so well with the juiciness of the watermelon.
Yeah.
and the yogurt coulis adds a really nice refresher.
You don't have to get all the steams.
It just adds a really nice refreshing tang to the whole lettuce wrap. Definitely recommend this dish, especially on a very hot summer day.
I was gonna say this is a hot day. This is
Yeah.
like sparkling rosé, and you're like watermelon lettuce wrap.
Yeah. Start off with an apple spritz in this.
We don't have Aperol. We don't carry Aperol. We won't carry Aperol.
It's okay. It's a patio. This is a patio dish for sure.
This
Bib
frike salad
grilled
with
asparagus.
grilled asparagus.
This sans asparagus, but
No asparagus. Is that a lettuce wrap or is that a salad? That's a tricky
Salad.
one.
It's a salad.
That's a tricky one.
yep.
This is definitely a
Give me
salad.
up. Okay. But good to
Oh,
know.
there's also crispy halloumi on here too, which is these like little cubes here.
Okay.
Oh, I love the crispy halloumi on this because I haven't actually had the salad yet, but the crispy halloumi has a really nice salty, crunchy texture to it.
It's a really nice salty savoriness to go with the freshness of the cucumber.
Another dish to recommend on a hot summer day. This is like very refreshing.
There's a light spice happening from that radish, which is really nice. Like very subtle.
And the frite itself is not overpowering. I was
No.
expecting it to be kind of like taking the center stage of this, but it just adds like a nice contrast to the texture from the bib lettuce.
And the fritte is
It's this one.
It's an ancient grain, but it's not gluten free, so just be careful when guests are gluten free about this dish.
not gluten-free or but yummy. We have our gigante beans with
There's a pea dust, artichoke hearts, ooh, crispy artichokes.
crispy artichokes, olive puree. Oh my god, just the artichoke. I just had that. Oh my god, it's so good. It's crispy, but it's not like it's not like a fried artichoke. It's like a crispiness that just layers just perfectly on the outside.
Especially when you eat the very top of the artichoke heart.
And I'm just a huge fan of gigante beans always. I don't know what it is about them, but